Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Battlefield 3 beta video. This is going to be an informational video, though, about how to not suck at Battlefield 3. And if you're unfamiliar with Battlefield 3, which I assume most of you are, because a lot of people are Call of Duty players, they're very different games. In Battlefield 3, which is what I'm going to go over, at least the beta right now, the game type it's called Rush. And I just want to clarify right now before I get any further. This video, and maybe I'll make it into two videos, is for beginners, not experienced players. But experienced players, if you have any input to what I missed or anything, you can put it in the comments below or something. I mean, I'm all ears. So if you think I missed something, put it in the comments. It'll help me out a lot. It'll help everybody else out that has questions. And if you do have a question, put it in the comments, and I'm sure somebody will answer it, or I will answer it, because I read all comments. So now, let's get started. Basic, on the beta right now, excuse me, on the beta right now, there's one game type and one map. The map they offer is Metro, which takes place in France, I believe. You start out in like a park, and then you advance in tiers. There's 4 different like sections, and each section is blocked off. You can't go into the next section until if you're attackers, until you destroy both objectives in the current section, or if you're defenders, until the enemy advances, or if you end the game, which I'll talk about in a few minutes. And the Rush game type, like I was saying, you have 2 objectives. It's sort of like a mix if you go think about Call of Duty, it's a mix of search and destroy it's a mix of demolition and team deathmatch. Because if you're on the attacking team, there's 2 teams, defenders and attackers. If you're on the attackers side, your job is to get to the objective. There are 2 objectives, A and B, and you need to plant on the objectives, plant the bomb, and destroy both objectives, and it will advance after a certain number of seconds after both objectives are destroyed, so it gives the other team time to set up and get themselves in the right area to defend against you. And then you move on, and there's 4 different sections, and each one is unlocked by, like I said earlier, destroying the objectives in the current section. And the attackers, what limits them is their amount of tickets, their ticket count, which is basically their ticket count is the number of lives you have. It's shown in the bottom left hand of the screen, right above your minimap. It'll say ATT, and then it'll be a number out of 100. It starts out at 100. You have 100 lives as your team collectively to destroy each objective, and then to destroy both objectives. And then when both objectives are destroyed, your team advances, and your ticket counter is reset to 100. So that's the way that works. And defenders, your job is to defend the objectives, not letting the enemy team blow them up. And to do that, you need to just basically slay enemies. You need to kill them any means possible. Just don't spawn trap, because it's practically impossible. Because I don't know the spawns very well, and the only way you can really spawn trap is if you're doing a conquest, which I don't know if it's even going to be in this game. I would assume it would be, but it's not in the beta, and we're talking about the beta right now. So defenders take down the ticket count to 0, and you win the game. Attackers destroy both objectives 4 times, 8 objectives total, and you win the game. Next next point I want to say, spawning. There's a very cool aspect of spawning in this. You can spawn in on people, and basically like that, when you select them in your spawn in after you've died, or if you're just spawning into the game as a start, you look at you can select their name, and you can see their point of view from like behind them, as a third person view of them, what their situation is. And you need to decide before you just hit spawn in or deploy. You need to look at them and say, do I want to be there? Is that really where I want to be? And part of it, if you die, it is really partly your fault, because you have a choice to either spawn in there or spawn in at the attacker's deployment or defender's deployment and walk the way, or it's not in the beta, but there are going to be vehicles, or you take a vehicle into battle. But if you spawn in on somebody that's under fire, then, and you happen to die because of that fire, then it is partially your fault for spawning in on them, because you need to be aware of that when you spawn in on somebody, they could be in the heat of battle, and you need to be careful of who you're spawning in on, where they are, what situation they are, and if they're planting an objective and there's nobody around, you should spawn in on them because you want to help them defend the objective, because you want to advance. But don't be stupid. Don't put yourself in a stupid situation where you're gonna die, because that doesn't help the team out. That just reduces your ticket count, and nobody likes that. And that leads me into the next part, helping get the objective. To help get the objective destroyed for the attackers, you need to think of weapon loadout for what situation. If you're in, let's say, just for Metro, if you're in the Metro, what are you going to use? Are you going to use a sniper rifle in those close quarters combat, or are you going to use, say, a shotgun or an SMG versus the light machine gun or the assault rifle or the sniper rifle? You have to think of where you are in the game, what situation you're going to be. Is there multiple levels? Is there destructible environment? Do you need a rocket launcher to destroy a wall because somebody killed you and they were sitting in a building or something like that? So you need to plan ahead before you spawn in about what's next. What do I have to accomplish in this next life? Do I need to go in and be an assault class and go prone during the heat of battle and throw med packs out, heal my enemy, do no killing at all, and just revive my teammates if they need reviving? Or do I need to be that guy that's going around the back, all ninja-like, and using my shotgun to clear the way for my teammates to move up? And that's another thing, teamwork. Teamwork, teamwork, teamwork. I know a lot of Call of Duty players, they're like, oh, teamwork, overrated, blah, 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 whatever. And that's just not the way that this works. I mean, if you, let's say you get your shotgun, your SMG, whatever, and you've got a nice fast-moving class, and you run around to the bomb, to the objective, and you plant the bomb. What have you accomplished? I mean, because if your team isn't there, then you're the only person to defend that bomb against their entire other team, because once that thing starts beeping that a bomb's been planted, all hell's gonna break loose. The team members are gonna come, the teammates from the opposing team are gonna come, and they're gonna destroy you. Because that's the way it is. You need a team effort. It's a team effort. And so, in this game, you pick assault class when you want to go in. You say, okay, this is a hot spot. My teammates are dying left and right. I'm gonna go in, heal them, revive them, poke my head out once in a while, take a couple pot shots at them, maybe get a kill, and then duck back behind cover, behind a wall or something, and keep reviving my teammates. And I've used that in one of the hallways where on the third objective section, there's a hallway there to B objective, and it's basically like they just go prone and they mow you down. And I can't tell you how many people I've revived doing that, and how many times. I remember last time I was playing, just a couple hours ago, we pushed up all the way because we were helping each other out. There were 4 of us in the hall, and one person was reviving, 2 people were suppressive fire, and the other guy ran up to the next little alcove on the side there and put down suppressive fire for the next person to come out. And that's the way it worked, and then that person would spawn back in on them, and we'd do it again, and eventually we cleared that hallway, moved up, took B objective, and it was over in probably 3 or 4 minutes. So teamwork, it's the way to go. And that leads me to another thing: do not rush. If you rush, you will get destroyed. It doesn't help your team. It leads back to that whole teamwork thing. Even though the game type is called Rush, do not rush to get the objective. Plan it out. Think about the objective, where it's placed, what environment are you in, is there a sniper covering it. Think of all the variables, go in, talk to your teammates if necessary, and that's the best way to do it. And I guarantee you, if you follow that, you will win every time. Teamwork, talk to your teammates, you will win every time. And then the last thing is spotting. There's a good feature in this when compared to Black Ops, or not just Black Ops, the Call of Duty series. When you hit select or back on the controller, or I don't know what it is on PC, I think it's customizable on PC, but you hit that back or select button and it spots the enemy, and basically what it does, it not only shows up on your mini-map where the enemy is, if you can directly see them, not like through walls or anything, but if they're like in front of you, or if they're on a hill, you hit select or back, you hit that spot button, and an orange triangle will show up above their head, showing the enemy, or showing your teammates that that's an enemy, and it helps you keep suppressive fire on them. And you also, even if you don't get the kill, you'll get a spot assist, which is it can range anywhere. I think it's 10 points or 20 points. I'm not really sure, but it's a certain number of points just for spotting them. And it helps your teammate out. It helps your team out, especially if somebody's in cover and they're hard to get to. You spot them, so your teammates know, oh, there's an enemy there. Let's go attack him. Let's go get him. And so that's that. And then when you spot them, spot is assist. I said that. I think that's it. You know, you guys, just it's a real great game. I love it. I love this game so much. I've been playing it. I think I have like 5 hours logged on it already since Thursday. But remember, key points: teamwork, work with your destructible environment, control the objective before planting, make sure you have control on it, don't run in and plant the bomb if half your team is lying dead in the corner over there or something. I mean, you gotta think before you act in this game. It's all about thinking before you act. So, teamwork, spot a ton, and you will destroy the objective and you will win. Guaranteed. So, I hope you guys like this. If I missed anything, put it in the comments. And until next time, you guys, take it easy, as always.